Hello friends, welcome back to episode 16 of my blind playthrough of Planescape Torment. Last episode ended with me speaking to a very interesting man named Reekwind. And just as I've now come back to the game, I've realized that I actually should probably read the journal entries about Reekwind, because it's been my experience that often the journal mentions things which I guess could have deduced from what I heard, but don't necessarily deduce all the time. So let's go into the journal. It's going to be the first thing we do, and afterward we're going to keep exploring the marketplace because there are still many characters here that I haven't met yet, I believe. Here we go. I met a deceased storyteller in the hive, a foul-smelling man by the name of Reekwind. When I spoke to him, he warned me of the danger of names, saying that when you carry a name, that it somehow allows you to be tracked, seen, hunted. For some reason, that thought chilled me. Is that why I'm nameless? Right, we're coming back to the trope of somebody's name being something that gives you power over them, you know, with demons and all that, like I mentioned a couple of times at this point, I think. And yeah, it apparently has something to do with our character being nameless, which is super exciting. I'm wondering if... No, it's like I'm trying to come up with some theory for this sort of nameless one stuff and the power of names, but it's still way too nebulous for me to even formulate it, right? It's we gotta see more data before we try to come up with coherent theories. Let's keep going. Reekwind told me he wasn't always the smelly wreck he's become. Apparently he crossed paths with someone who didn't take kindly to him, and he was cursed as a result. Apparently because the curse thrower knew Reekwind's real name, he was able to make the curse stick, and Reekwind has been suffering ever since. Judging from Reekwind's description, the curse thrower was some fat, balding man who had the look of a pumpkin about him, which presumably means he favors dressing in orange. He's probably in one of the upper wards where Reekwind once lived. Have I been to the upper wards before? I don't believe I have, because I probably would know that, right? We have the hive, we have the lower ward, but there is nothing like the upper ward on this map. And then again, there is a lot of free space, which will presumably get filled as we keep exploring, unless it's just there to represent those tattoos, which I just now realized that I can see the tattoos. Interesting symbols. This one almost looks like a swastika. This one, I don't know, it looks like a bathtub to me. This is just too abstract. So, I mean, we can take a look at the symbols, but it's doubtful that I will manage to identify any one of them, or that it will just let me know more than I already do. But interesting. See, I haven't noticed that before. All right, I think we got, yeah, 2 more journal entries to go. Reekwind told me a story of the Alley of Dangerous Angles, the alleyway near where he's set up Kip. He told me it used to be a street, but a great fire raged through it one night, setting the buildings and people aflame, leaving just the skeletal frames of the houses and their residents. The broken timbers of the old burned buildings are what give the alley its name. Apparently several groups of thugs have now taken up residence there. Not new information. And this is the story of Ignis, which is fascinating. We've heard it a couple of times before, but none of the previous tellings have been as thorough as Reekwind's. So let's go over it one more time. Reekwind told me the story of Ignis, the mad sorcerer who was responsible for creating the Alley of Dangerous Angles. He said that Ignis was a powerful sorcerer who had been taught by one of the last of the Great Magi. Great Magi, interesting. The concept of a Great Magus. I'm going to write that one down. I realized that my notes are just absolutely chaotic, because I write down a lot of things I don't need, and don't write down a lot of the things that I should, but I guess that's just the nature of me playing this as a Let's Play, is that I kind of forget stuff. I forget to do stuff which I wanted to do, but I think I'm getting better at it. So if you guys just stick with it, I'll try and make I'll try and do a better job of keeping notes from now on. Ignis burned with the art so much that it drove him to burning people and buildings when the urge struck him. Oh, this is interesting. So we're saying he wasn't just an asshole arsonist for no reason. We're saying that his affinity for magic was so strong that magic, well, we could be saying that it literally compelled him to do something against his free will, or we could just say that it infatuated him in a way that it would infatuate an arsonist, right? But I guess I never really realized the role of the art in this urge of his before. I thought it was just a fascination with fire in general, not specifically magic. One night he unleashed his power on one of the streets in the hive, burning it down and torching the residents. Whether out of revenge or justice, several minor mages in the hive banded together and used their combined knowing of the art to turn Ignis's body into a conduit to the elemental plane of fire. They hoped the pain would kill him. It didn't. Apparently, it just caused Ignis to enter a deep sleep. This is a discrepancy. The journal is telling me that several minor mages banded together. I've heard this story twice, once from Requind and once from someone else, and both of those times, I think they told me that literally every mage and wise woman and who knows what just banded together. It sounded like the entire magical world just came together to imprison, or I guess kill this guy, but ultimately imprison him, because that's what they did, right? I don't know. I don't know how to read that. It's kind of weird that It's kind of weird that my journal is adding new information to the things people have told me. Unless it's meant to represent that I'm slowly remembering things that I knew before I died, but I don't think that's the case. I think it would have been put more explicitly if that had been the case, right? So, who knows how to interpret that? Not I, that's for sure. But yeah, it's something to keep in mind. I'm happy I noticed the discrepancy at least. Unless I'm very much mistaken about that being a thing. Oh, and before we talk about the other people here in the marketplace, let me do something that I read in the comments. Thank you, Hymneth, for the comment. You told me to try and remove stuff from my companions, stuff like Mord's Teeth or Dakon's Sword, which is a really interesting thing that I definitely should have tried myself. I don't know why I didn't. Never occurred to me. So yeah, this is Mord's Bite, his greatest weapon. Now, how do I remove it?
Part with that. Sorry. In case you didn't notice, Chief, those are my teeth. If I could part with it, I would. But it's a part of me. I'd rather hold on to it, thanks.
All right. So he's got specific voice lines for me trying to remove his teeth. That's fun.
Unless you suddenly become a dentist, hands off.
I don't know. Maybe I have. With the way that I've been beating people with the hammer lately, that's all a dentist really needs, right? Just knock out a few teeth, and you've got a reputation as a dentist in this world.
If I could part with it, I would. But it's a part of me. Can't part with that. Sorry. Can't part with that.
Okay,
Sorry.
now they're starting to repeat. All right, that was cool. That was cool. A good reminder of what Mort's voice sounds like, because contrary to how he's supposed to be this annoying talking skull, he doesn't really talk much, like he doesn't have a lot of voice lines in the game. He usually just complains when I stand in one place for too long at the beginning or end of the episodes. And okay, then we have Dakon and his Zerth Blade, his the coolest weapon in the game so far. It's no contest, right?
The Karak blade is tied to me. Neither may exist without the other.
Well, at least now we know how to pronounce Karak. Okay, the stress is on the second syllable. Karak.
The blade will not exist if it is taken from me.
It will not exist if it's taken from you. So it's literally like part of you. It's not a physical object that you can... It's not that you're unwilling to part with it. You literally cannot part with it without it's just disappearing. Okay.
The Karak blade is tied to me. Neither may exist without the other.
All right.
The Karak blade is tied to
Okay,
me.
it seems like he's got just 2 lines.
The Karak blade is tied to me.
Yeah.
Neither may exist without the other.
Okay, it sounds like he's got just 2 lines, but then again, he also has the Zerth armor that I could try and remove.
This ceremonial armor is the symbol of a Zerth. I
Zerth.
will not part with it.
Zerth, uh-huh.
This ceremonial armor is the symbol of a Zerth. I will not part with it.
Right, and we've read the description of this thing already. We still have the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon, which is I don't know. This item mystifies me. I have no idea what to think of it. I guess given that he's a Githzerai, and given that it's like a circular, well, book or scroll, you know, something to just contain information in written form. It reminds me of the Githyanki discs from Baldur's Gate 3, because I have played Baldur's Gate 3, as you guys know. If you've watched every episode dutifully, which you may not have, well, I have played Baldur's Gate 3. That's probably my favorite CRPG at the moment, if we don't count Disco Elysium, because Disco Elysium is just on a completely different level, and comparing these 2 games, it doesn't really even make a lot of sense to me. So I don't know why I'm doing it right now. I guess I'm just trying to kill time while I'm killing some thugs. Let's pick up some copper commons, and now let's do what I actually came here to do, which is meet everyone, basically. We talked to Requin, we talked to Craddock. What about Porphyra? What about Hive Merchant number 3? We haven't talked to him for sure. 5 years hence, damnation. Where the lady's shadow falls, so do men, or something. To the mazes they shall go. Woe be to those who listen but do not heed. Even the factals themselves shall not be spared. What's a factal? That's a weird word. A great darkness shall be cast upon the city. Man, your lines disappear so fast. I could not possibly read them out loud in a voice that's not comical. To the mazes they shall go. Okay, so it sounds like she's trying to just or that she wants all the factions to... Now that's not right. It doesn't necessarily mean that she wants that to happen. She's prophesying. Prophesying is what she's doing, right? At least that's what it sounds like. To the mazes they shall go. What do you mean mazes? What are the mazes? Haven't I heard something about labyrinths in this game? Maybe. But I'm honestly not sure at all if it was in this game. Alright, let's talk to Porphyra. Even her name sounds kind of like prophet, you know? Porphyra. Maybe that's the point. This grim-looking woman spares you only a brief glance before returning to her rant on top of the stage. She has a powerful voice that carries across the marketplace, even cutting through the noise made by the merchants and the surrounding foot traffic. And my only option is to leave her alone? Really? That's super uncharacteristic of this game. Okay, well that was a short conversation. It wasn't really a conversation in the first place. I'm disappointed. All right, on to the next. We have
the worst place we can be in Sigil at the worst time.
Sigil. Did he just say Sigil? I've been saying Sigil this whole time. Isn't that how the word is pronounced? Is this city's name supposed to be pronounced differently? I saw no indication of that anywhere. I mean, tell me in the comments, guys, but until I learn otherwise, I'll just keep saying Sigil, because I don't think Sigil is going to even roll off my tongue very well. Okay, let's try some of these hive merchants. Don't waste your time with these utter cheats and thieves or something. They speak so fast. Fair bargains, square trades. Alright, what's your bargain, hive merchant? This seedy-looking fellow is quick to spot you looking at him. Hey, Basha, get over here. Come see what I got for ya. He winks and waves you over. Well, what got you for me? This is probably a good opportunity for us to sell some... Hang on, this is our inventory and this is his, right? That's how it works in this game. Super unintuitive. This is an opportunity to sell some bronze rings. This one, this one, this one. Oh man, I have so many of them. Bronze bracelet. Okay. The bone charm. Wow, that's a lot of gold for the bone charm. I think the charm is just a consumable that I can only use once, right? It's got to be a pretty good one if it costs 266. Especially if he's willing to buy it for 266, right? Because buying and selling prices in games are notoriously very different in a lot of cases. Yes, the Count is carrying a bronze ring 2 and a copper earring 2. Yes, let's get rid of some of the junk in our inventory. We are almost up to 500 gold coin. What was it called? What was the currency called again? All right, but I don't think there's anything we want to buy at this moment. So let's talk to Kossah-Jai. Fresh fish. You know, the name together with this phonetic spelling kind of made me think that this would be like a lizard person, like an Argonian from the Elder Scrolls, right? This toothless old crone reeks of fish and brine. Spying your approach, she gives you a wide pink smile. Fish, my child. Fish heads, mayhap. Child, hardly. You know, one surefire way to tell a child is that they're offended at being called a child. So I'm not gonna say that. No fish for me, but I had some questions. Maybe, well, I mean, no fish for me. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Maybe if we buy some fish and soak up some delicious item descriptions of likely disgusting items, she will be more willing to share. So what are you offering exactly, my lady? Why, fish, my silly child. Fish of all sorts, and fish heads for those too short of jink for the whole ones. Teeny tiny fish heads. Hee hee. Well, let's ask where the fish come from, because I feel like I should know that, like, as a potential consumer. They're brought to Sigil from all over the plains, my boy. Would you like some? I sell only the heads, should you be short on jink. I mean, I feel like usually people buy fishes or fish without their heads. So selling fish heads seems very counterintuitive to me. I guess I don't need fish, but I had some questions. I don't even have the option to buy fish heads. Hang on. That was a fake choice. I don't have the choice to buy fish heads. Okay, I guess I'll ask some questions. She shakes her little wrinkled head. No answers have I. Only fish. Okay, and now I can suddenly... Okay, this conversation is kind of railroady, but it doesn't matter because the outcome is ultimately the same. What do you have to offer exactly? Why, fish, my silly child. Fish of all sorts. And fish heads. Hang on, I've read this dialogue already. I don't know. I don't know why I'm reading it again. Hang on. What is this? There's no option to buy any fish. What? Okay, farewell. That conversation was so confusing. I have no idea what happened there. All right, let's talk to the next one, Giscorl. You see a spindly-looking merchant with a brush of grey and red stubble across his chin. He wears several layers of brightly colored robes, so much so that he looks like a flag with arms and legs. He is shaking slightly as you watch. Where's the option to just keep watching him shake slightly? I guess I'll say hello. I'll be polite. Greetings. Hi, Giscorl. He bows and spreads his trembling hands. As he does, you notice his hands and forearms are a twisted mass of black scar tissue. as if they were once badly burned. I feel like it's impolite to ask about his injuries the first thing after meeting him. Let's do it anyway. How did you hurt your hands? Giscorl doesn't seem to have heard you. He answers only with his spiel delivered in the same flat monotone. Giscorl buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, and... He gestures at his layers of clothing with his shaking hands. Wear cloth. Okay, can I see what you have? I mean, if I had to guess, he burned his hands in the fire, started by Ignis, right? Because that's like the one great fiery event that we've heard about. So it might be a bit presumptuous for me to jump to the conclusion that he burned his hands there, but it would make sense. Why not? Show me what you got. Rags, bandages, and a needle and thread. It just now occurs to me that I didn't even expect the merchant's wares that I sold the bronze stuff to. Maybe I should just to know what's on offer. I don't need these Dustman robes, but selling them for 1 gold? No, I'd rather just keep wearing them, just so I don't walk around naked. You know, I wonder if... Actually, I don't wonder that. I know that it's the case. Disguises are a thing in this game, right? In the mortuary area, I had the option to wear Dustman robes to blend in and sort of avoid attention before I attracted everyone's attention by raising the alarm. But it's obviously a mechanic, so maybe if I keep wearing Dustman robes, I might get like specific dialogue options related to people thinking that I'm a Dustman or affiliated with the Dustmen. Could go either way. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. I guess we'll just keep wearing them, just so we're not running around naked. We look like a corpse, so we gotta cover ourselves up. Hang on, am I not wearing them? I thought I was. Okay, let's wear them. Oh, that's right, I can't use them anymore. Never mind. I'm gonna sell them immediately. Giscorl. Here you go. Here are your Dustman robes. But you know what? We didn't really get everything out of the conversation with you, so how did you hurt your hands? And I'm gonna repeat my question. How did you hurt your hands? Giscorl's monotone breaks. Giscorl buy cloth, sell cloth, wash cloth, mend cloth, and... He gestures at himself again, but his hands are shaking so badly that he cannot even finish. Well, now I feel bad. I got no extra information and I caused the guy a lot of distress for no reason. Alright, Kossah-Jai, hang on, it wasn't you that we traded with, it was just a random hive merchant, I believe. Well, I guess either one will do, right? Oh, this one has some unique... Okay, let's talk to all of them. Jump, Lim-Lim, jump! The merchant seems to suddenly notice you. Oh, greetings. Would you like to purchase one of these playful gamboling Lim-Lims, my lord? I don't know. Would I? Not yet, but what are these Lim-Lims? They are from the Outlands, my lord. Neither wholly insect nor animal. They are friendly, playful, and quite loyal. He takes a sidelong glance at the Lim-Lims, then leans close to whisper, pretty tasty too, in a pinch. That's very good to know. I guess, yeah, if our party got stuck somewhere without any food, this would be an option. It's either that or eat Mort, and Mort wouldn't be very tasty because he's just a skull. I had some other questions. The only questions I'll answer, I'm afraid, are about the Lim-Lims, my lord. Well, I'd like to purchase one. I've recently come into a lot of money, so why not? A Lim-Lim will provide its own food, eating insects, tiny rodents, and the like. They will follow you everywhere you go, are easy to clean up after, are quiet, exercise themselves with their constant flipping about, and best of all, they leap over 15 feet when prodded with hot coals. Wow, that's impressive. And also, why would you prod them with hot coals? Don't be an asshole, dude. One will only cost you but 40 coppers, my lord, a mere pittance for such an entertaining pet and friend. You know what? I agree. 40 gold for that? I mean, I can sell a stupid whatever that was, earring or a ring for 40 gold, so yeah, I'll buy a pet. I mean, they kind of sound like this world's equivalent of dogs, but I don't know, if they were as useful as dogs, I would expect them to be more expensive. Either way, we'll ask Mort's opinion. What do you think, Mort? Why not, boss? It'll be fun to kick around when we're down, right? Well, I can kick it vicariously through you at least. I want to see that 15-foot hot cold jump too. Hang on, why are we kicking these things? They are super cute. Why? They are adorable. Why would we kick them? I'll take one, Mr. Merchant. How nice, my lord. Here you are. My own Lim-Lim. Okay, okay, I bought myself a Lim-Lim. Which one is it, though? Hello? This odd-looking little creature appears both insect and animal in origin. Its legs are oversized, but its arms are small, nearly vestigial, and a brightly speckled half-shell runs down its back. It sports twin pairs of insect-like wings and has tiny black eyes and a mouth that always appears to be smiling gleefully. I love them already. Why would I kick the Lim-Lim? Let's pet the Lim-Lim. Pia? Pia? The Lim-Lim bounces about merrily, its wings buzzing. It seems to enjoy the affection immensely. Pet him again. Pia? Pia? That's the sound I'm going with. Yes, he seems to enjoy it immensely. Again. What about the other one? Come here, little guy. I know I could pause the game, but this is more fun. Come here, come here, come here. I'm gonna catch you. Come here, you little green. There we go. Same options. Okay. Well, I gotta say I'm kind of disappointed with the purchase because I hoped that the Lim-Lim would at least come along with us, and it doesn't really seem to be the case. I don't know. Let's get further away. Maybe one of them will. No, it doesn't look like it does. Does it? Well. Anyway, we bought ourselves a pet. Great. Now, how about that we speak to this laborer here? You see a lean, tired-looking man. His clothes reek of dirt and sweat, and he looks out of breath. He ignores you as you approach. He looks like one of the common laborers in the marketplace. Yeah, okay, he doesn't want to be bothered. I can respect that. Did we speak to Iron Nalls? It definitely rings a bell, but let's speak with her again. This broad-shouldered woman is shuffling about amongst the huge beams lying on the street. She kicks at the beams with iron-shod boots. Every once in a while she bends down and wrenches a nail from one of the boards with her bare hands. She holds each one up, appraising it, then drops it into a leather sling bag. Beams. Wrenches a nail from one of the... Why are there beams? Is this like a crumbled building? Like, did this building fall apart for some reason? You know, I thought that the word Nalls looked like nails. You could be forgiven for reading that as nails, but it's Nalls, right? It's Nalls with a double L. But she is picking up nails, iron nails, which is kind of confusing. Anyway, hello. She straightens up, hearing your approach. She's smiling politely, but from her stance and the way her hand rests close to the hilt of her weapon, you can tell she's ready for trouble. You notice one of her eyes has a milky film over it. That's close enough there, Cutter. What do you need from me? Am I getting companion vibes from this one? She seems cool, and she seems kind of fleshed out. She seems like she has a couple of things going on. Questions, then? Ask away, then. Who are you? She pulls 3 nails from her sling bag, tossing them spinning into the air and catching them in her palm. Iron Nalls, they call me. She drops them back into the bag with a muffled clink. Why are you collecting the nails? I sell them to a man named Hamris in the lower ward. Maker of coffins he is. Where is the lower ward? I used to know the way I did, but the Daebas have changed the streets round again. Right. They do that, right? I forgot about that detail. Don't know how to get there now. I'll need to chart a new path. But I figure the Daebas will straighten things out eventually. Okay. Does anyone else here scavenge nails? She grins and shakes her head. No one was clever enough or had the will to do it before me, and I've shoved off anyone who's tried to jump me claims since. He pats the long-bladed dagger hanging at her side lovingly. Yeah, she looks like she can take care of herself. Come along with us. We're a merry band of idiots. Come along with us on our journey. Your claim. Aye, that's what I call it. Honest labor's hard to come by in the hive, and I'm not about to let some sodden piker peel me off me work. I've sent more than one Burke running and howling, holding their guts in, or off with the collectors if they were unlucky. Her dead eye gleams maliciously. The hive knows this sport as iron Nalls as it does. You know, I respect it. People who create their own jobs, immense respect. Is that how your eye was ruined, though? Nalls' face turns hard. None of your business, Burke. Why? Would you like a matching wound for your collection? Ooh, spicy. Let's choose the more snarky option, maybe. No, that particular one's not quite me. She laughs heartily. Aye, and I don't think you have much room for another scar besides. Yeah. Yeah, that's I guess that's a funny joke, but for me it's perpetual pain. I don't know if my character feels perpetual pain. It doesn't. They don't seem to be. Ask away then. Well, what can you tell me about this place? Look, Cutter, I've got a lot of work to do. The nails aren't finding their way into me back while I'm spilling chant with you. Why don't you pick another Cutter's brain box about that for a time? Okay, hang on. People can actually do a manual task at the same time as they're speaking to another human being. In fact, I usually prefer to do it that way. So, I don't understand why you would just refuse to talk to me like that, given that I'm clearly just the most interesting character around here. I'm looking for a man named Ferret. That's not a question, but we'll ask it anyway. She nods. Aye, I heard the name I have. Head of a pack of collectors, or so I hear it. Not sure where about'd find him, though. You may want to try Rackpicker's Square. It's north and west of here. A whole mess of collectors call keep there. Well, maybe we will try Rackpicker's Square someday. Let's ask about the journal just for completion's sake. Have you seen a journal? Nay, I have not. She pauses for a moment. You know, that's a good idea, it is. A journal. Mayhap I should start one of me own. Yes, it's amazing how much one can forget. A journal can help you hold on to your memories. We would know all about that. She mulls over what you've said. Huh, you're right. You're right indeed, Cutter. I'll do it, I thank you for the idea. She smiles. Alright, well at least we are in her good books now. Not sure if that's gonna be relevant at any point in the future. Probably, for some quests at least. Fare you well too then, Cutter. She was cool. I liked her. We need her in the party. Why won't she join the party? Let's look at the map here. Southeastern, disease control. Yeah, I think we've basically made the rounds around here. Have we been to Braskin Skip, though? I don't think we have. So maybe that should be our next stop. And this is the... Oh, this is the Alley of Dangerous Angles. Hang on. Hang on. Wait, what? Okay, I'm confused now. Oh yeah, this is the Alley of Dangerous Angles. Okay, never mind. Needed a bit to orient myself there. Maybe we should... Oh, hang on. I was gonna say, maybe we should talk to one of those hive dwellers too. But we haven't talked to this person who is named, so we'll do that right afterward. And this woman ignores us, which makes sense, I suppose. So let's talk to Gaoha here. You see a thin, yellow-skinned humanoid covered with a variety of dazzling tattoos. His eyebrows have been accented with black charcoal lines, and his teeth are filed to points. He sees you and waves you over, rattling his dice in his hand. Oh wow, he's probably like a heavy metal fan or like some punk rocker or something like that. I don't know. It's not really the type of music I listen to. I'm partial to jazz. Rattling his dice in his hand. Maybe he's one of those gambler characters that you meet that try to scam you on the street. Then again, he seems to be waving an axe around or something, so I'm not sure he would attract a lot of customers with that, or a lot of players with that. But there seems to be a sizable crowd here of now actually 4 people and 1 talking skull. Hello. He is about to speak when his eyes, shiny and black like orbs of jet, fall upon the Khan. Oh, this is cool. Okay. An interaction that involves our companion. Here we go. Let's get this on the road. The two of them stare silently at one another for a moment before the tattooed Githzerai gaze returns to you. His voice is low and raspy. Gaoha greets you. You have come to play a game, yes? Come to play a game. Yeah, I'll play. Gaoha reaches into his tunic and pulls out a coin. This coin. Your coin. He places it at your feet and pulls out another. This coin. Gaoha's. He places it at his own feet and rolls up 2 dice between his thumb and index finger. The dice. We both roll 1, yes? Go on, it's getting interesting. You roll higher, both coins. He snatches the coins up from the ground and proffers them to you. Yours. Gaoha, roll higher. He quickly tucks the coppers back into his tunic. Mine. Neither rolls higher. The coin stays for another roll. So, how much coin will lie at your feet? Well, 50 copper commons, let's say. You both roll the dice until you roll higher. Nice. You pick up the coins and put them away. Gaoha nods, frowning. It is enough for now, but perhaps we shall play again later, you and I. All right, farewell. That was a nice, positive interaction. Positive in meaning that I actually gained something from it. But we still want to ask some questions. Gaoha flashes you his disturbing, sharp-toothed grin. Eager to play you are, yes? But you return too soon. Return later, and we might play again. Farewell then. Wow, okay, this was nice. What an interesting sort of character to meet here. Laborers, hive dwellers, hive merchants, Abishai. I don't know, I feel like I've explored this marketplace pretty thoroughly at this point. Have we been to this building with a shifty window? Let's go inside. It's just a small dwelling. Oh yeah, that's right, we have been here. Never mind. Just trying to make sure that we don't miss anything, because this place is quite remote from all the other places where we hang around, usually. Or maybe it's not remote, but it just feels like it because of how long it took us to get
right.
here. Okay, we got the usual harlots and Creed in here, and yeah, nothing new it seems. Nothing new it seems to me here right now. What about this Tout? Let's talk to the Tout. I mean, he looks like he's about to kill someone with a knife, but maybe we can prevent it. The thuggish-looking man approaches you with a wry smile. Oi there, blood. How you doing? It's the local Tout I am, so if you've got a copper to spare, I'm your man for directions and the like. Yeah, I don't think we actually need directions now that I think about it. We have walked around a lot of this city's quarters so far. I mean, it's been mostly the hive, but it's like different sections of the hive, you know? Alley of lingering sighs. That could be anything. Clerk's ward, lower ward. Buried village, yeah, we got Rackpicker Square that we can do. All right, I think we're done with exploration for now, so let's knock down some quests as we got them. Now, we got the really interesting one to remove Requin's curse, so if we ever get to the upper wards, that's where we should look for a solution to that. But, yeah, this one from Mebeth. Mebeth said she would teach me the way of the art. Very nice. But she told me that I'd have to perform some errands for her first. She gave me a black barbed seed and told me to find a fruit merchant in the hive market. Well, look where we happen to be. The fruit merchant. She said he would have the herbs she needed. Okay, so it's a fruit merchant. Doesn't seem like they're named because I believe we talked to all the named ones. I mean, I definitely could have missed one. There has been a couple of points where you guys pointed out that I missed someone, walked past someone, but it doesn't matter. I expect to come back to most of the places that I've been previously anyway. I just want to, you know, get to know the city, really learn it by heart, so we'll keep walking back and forth as we do all the different quests and tasks and all that. So no worries there. But who would be the fruit merchant? Okay, let's zoom in. I assume that they are somewhere around here, right? Because this seems to be the... plates, cups, tankards. So this would not be it. This is the Lim-Lim merchant. This is Gaoha, the gambler, I suppose, would be the proper way to refer to him. I don't know, maybe this merchant has something for us. Then again, the merchant that we're supposed to be talking to is a he, so it's pretty likely that it's not going to be this woman. But let's talk to her anyway. This attractive young woman is smiling and beckoning to all passersby as she calls out the virtues of her goods. Plates, jugs, cups, tankards, drink from the goblets of the finest lords. Upon seeing you, she waves you over as if you were an acquaintance. May I see what you're selling here? I sell plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like, sir. All of quality, sir, the finest. She steps back and lifts the lid of the crate on the wagon behind her. Please look over my goods. Should you have any questions, feel free to ask. Oh, I will definitely ask a lot of questions. Step closer and examine the contents of the crate. You peer into the crate. It's full of plates, cups, jugs, tankards, cutlery, and the like. Wow, an honest merchant who is not misrepresenting her goods. But we found exactly what she told us. They look to be of varying degrees of quality. Oh, but some of it appears quite nice. Oh. As you're looking them over, she presses up against you. See anything you like, sir? Her long waving hair, brushing against your shoulder, smells faintly sweet like vanilla. Okay. Are you really a merchant, or are you a working girl here to lure customers in a pretty non-standard way? Is that your side job? I don't know. She's way too friendly, but then again, she's just trying to sell us stuff, right? Where does all this come from? Yeah, let's ask all the questions. She flashes us a wicked grin. By the way, vanilla is a thing in this universe. Just saying. She flashes a wicked grin. My lovers are all burglars, sir. These goods are pilfered from the homes of Sigil's nobles. Upon seeing your expression, which by the way, my expression would be one of amusement because she's clearly joking, she laughs sweetly. A jest, sir, merely. My father and brothers are tinkers. These are wares which are discarded from the nobles' manors and made good by them once more. Tinkers, huh? Tinkers in this world, that's gotta be a fun job. I mean, being a tinker is a fun job in any world, but then again, tinker is not really a profession these days. It is, but just under lots of different names. Okay, some more questions. Oh, sir, but wait. She puts her hand on your forearm. Her touch is light as a feather. Are you sure there's nothing you need? Surely something for your own home? Or a gift? She bites her lip coyly, cocking her head slightly. You have been in this sales game a long time, haven't you? You're a professional. Well, that is a nice plate right there. What, sir? This one here? Oh, come on. I want to buy the plate, actually. Don't give me two options which are just rejection. I don't like this. I don't like this. This game made me mad. This is not good. Okay, I guess I need no plates, but I still have questions. She looks so sad you're nearly stricken with guilt. Slowly she lowers the lid of the crate. Sorry, sir. I have no time for questions. I must sell what I can before the day is done, for my family is large and hungry. I understand. Farewell. And now I feel like an asshole, and I have no reason to because the game manipulated me into this. See, I was going to buy a plate or 2 or 50. I was going to support your family. But no. What about this hive merchant? This dour-faced old fellow appears to be selling various hand weapons. Not who we're looking for, but I'm not gonna say no to weapons. Ah, come on over then. Come to see my blades, have you? I definitely have. Show me your blades. Rusty dagger, poor quality stiletto. I don't know, that's not great stuff. Antler axe. What? 2 to 7 slashing. Primitive cultures oftentimes used parts of animals as weapons. This appears to be the horns of some creature that have been made into a crude battle axe of sorts. Horns made into a battle axe? I see the diagram, but I still can't imagine how that would work. Okay. Battle axe. Well, that sounds reasonable, but the picture doesn't look very reasonable. This huge axe is a double-bladed weapon topped with a spike. The edges are razor sharp and the long handle allows the wielder to put considerable force into the swing. I don't know, man. This weapon doesn't look very practical to me. I'm not an expert on weapons by any stretch of the imagination. I've literally never had anything to do with weapons in real life, but I don't know. Looks weird, but interesting for sure. Green steel knife. This razor-sharp knife has been forged out of the famed Beatorian green steel. Found only in the wastelands of Avernus, this peculiar green ore can be tempered into metal much lighter than normal steel. In addition, green steel weapons tend to retain their remarkably fine edges and are capable of dealing out more damage than their standard counterparts. I mean, more damage you say, but this here says 1 to 4 piercing, and I'm pretty sure a regular knife is like 1 to 3 piercing, so it doesn't look that much better to me. You hyped it up with the description of its origin, but I don't know, it doesn't seem worth the price to me. Then again, it is only 10 gold. A high-quality sledgehammer. This is a well-crafted hammer, well-balanced and pleasing to the eye. Don't be fooled by its appearance, this weapon is dangerous. It requires 2 hands and the desire to inflict crushing damage on your enemies. And desire to inflict crushing damage on our enemies, we have. But we are ultimately hoping to become a student of the art. Become a magician, if you will. magician sounds like it's a party trick. No, we are about to become a sorcerer extraordinaire. Hopefully, maybe one day. What about this merchant? I think we've spoken with this one before, but yeah. The man's beady little eyes gleam like tiny black gems when he spots you. Hey there, back for more. Come on over, see what I got for you this time. I have some questions. The man breaks in even before you can finish your sentence. You won't believe the deals I got for you today. You're a smart basher to come to me, you are. I won't cheat you like these spiking bobbers. He motions to where the other merchants stand. I still have some questions. He nods, but it's clear he's not listening. Yes, sir, this is some damn good stuff I got here. Just look at it all. And can you believe these prices? You'd be practically stealing from me, you would. This guy, I gotta say, these interactions, they're a lot of fun with how varied they are. A lot of detail in this game. Listen to me, I have questions. Sure you do, like, how's he offer such stonking barmy deals? Or how's he got such corking spread of goods? Well, don't you worry about it, Basha. All you gotta know is that I got a little everything. Well, except those Lim-Lim things, but who the Beator needs one of those? Huh? Okay, what do you have to offer me? Oh, I do have a pet Lim-Lim. It's in my inventory. It's not like a companion. It's literally a thing in my inventory. Oh. See, now I feel stupid. But I feel like you guys will forgive me for thinking that I could buy one of those creatures as a living pet, right? I mean, I guess it still is. Hang on, maybe I can deploy it somehow. Let's try. Okay, so this is it. This is your pet Lim-Lim. That's the description. I can talk to this item, which is a hilarious phrase. Okay, wow. Never mind. This is cool. This is your pet Lim-Lim. Noticing it has your attention, it chirps up at you lovingly. Pio? Examine your Lim-Lim. Your Lim-Lim. God, I'm gonna have to say Lim-Lim many times, and I'm already starting to twist my tongue with that. Your Lim-Lim appears both insect and animal in origin. Its legs are oversized, but its arms are small, nearly vestigial, and a brightly speckled half shell runs down its back. We've read this one before, doesn't matter. It sports twin pairs of insect-like wings and has tiny black eyes and a mouth that always appears to be smiling gleefully. That's such a delightful description. There's no shame in reading that twice. Let's pet it. Okay, that's just a petting thing. But what I can also do is put him down to run around a bit. What is that gonna do? Okay, it's this one. Okay, and he's... Where are you going?
Can't afford to get caught off guard, Cutter. We sell only top of the line.
Okay, so he wanders, but not too far from me. And I assume that I can just... hang on. I can just... pick him back up, yeah, right? And that's it. Okay, that's how Lim-Lims work in this game. And maybe they will have some sort of benefit later in the game. Maybe. If not, I don't mind. They're cute. It's fun to have a friend like this, I guess. You know what? My inventory is quite full, so maybe let's pass into the con, which, by the way, this would be the way to give something to one of my companions. And yes, you guys were right. It totally works. It totally works, which is a super fun way to do it. To trade items, I mean, it's much better than putting them down on the ground and then having to pick them back up. I've also heard the suggestion to switch characters while I'm holding an item, but it doesn't seem to work for me. But this works very well. This is amazing. All right, I think I'll give the Lim-Lim to... I think I'll give him to the Con. I don't know, he strikes me as the kind of person who would be very good with animals, in a sense that he might not be like the most joyous or the most interested in animals, but I feel like he would take very good care of them, right? So, to you the Lim-Lim goes, and I will keep a bunch of other stuff. Hang on. A black barbed seed. Isn't that what we're looking for Mebeth? Did we already get it? Oh, never mind. I gotta give it to a fruit merchant. I thought I was going to fetch it. See, I didn't read it carefully this time. Well, we're still looking for the fruit merchant. I mean, I would expect to see the option to give them the seed. I hope the game is not expecting me to go into the trade menu and sell it to them, because I'm not gonna do that. Unless I'm 100% sure that it's the right merchant, which I'm not. Giscorl sells just this stuff, this pretty useless stuff at this point. What about this merchant? That's our guy? Really? I expected some sort of fruit baskets next to him or something. This doesn't really look like a fruit basket. Okay, whatever. This older merchant has a worldly look to him. His deep voice is gentle but confident. Ah, hello there. Are you ready to sample some of the most delectable treats from across the plains, my good man? Mebeth, the midwife of the square, needs some herbs sprung from the seed here. Can you help me? The man takes the seed, looks at it critically. As he presses it between his thumb and forefinger, he winces, and a small drop of blood appears on his thumb. Ah, this seed's got a bite to it. Or bite on it. I noticed that. Do you have the herbs that she sent me to fetch? He can't seem to take his eye off the seed. Lad, I don't know if there's anyone who has what your friend seeks, to be square. I've never seen such a I've never seen such a seed before. You would need someone who cultivates seeds such as this, for I have none. Ah, okay. Well, where would I find such a person?
Updated my journal.
Don't know the dark of that, friend. He hands the seed back to you. You'd be hard-pressed to find a gardener in the hive. Well, something to look into then. I guess show me what else you've got. All manner of delicacies to delight your palate, my good man. Arborean fire seeds, garbar root, Elysian pears, crimson lotus petals, Mytopian shepherd's bread, shift spice from the chaos of limbo, and sea plums are what I have at the moment. Merely 5 coppers for a taste of anything you'd like. Purchase something. Well, nothing for me actually for now, because we are going to save this for the next episode. I can see that there are going to be lots of juicy item descriptions to read, and we're closing in on the hour. My voice is getting a bit sore, so I'm gonna call it a day here. So in this episode, I accomplished virtually nothing, which is to say I started over there and ended here. But what happened in between was pretty interesting, and I enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoyed it as well. So see you in the next episode. Bye.